Money FM 89.3. Best of Friday Night Live. Friday Night at the Movies.
Welcome back, folks. It is indeed time for
Friday Night at the Movies.
The Fantastic Four.
Woo.
First Steps is the first Marvel movie in 2025 to break the $100 million barrier in its opening weekend. Good reviews,
Yeah,
decent
I'm not
reviews.
surprised. I'm really not surprised because I think this is the movie that everybody has, or, they've been waiting for it to happen, right? Ever since it was announced. And might I add that it's probably because of a certain actor that has been in too many movies the past couple of years. You want to guess?
Pedro Pascal?
That's right. It's the Pedro Pascal dude. I have no idea why is he in every single movie, but I respect his talent.
He is,
Right.
in my humble opinion, I'll say this as an Angmo, I'll say this before anyone says I'm stereotyping. There's only been two Angmo actors that I can think of in history that have looked good with a moustache. Better with than without.
Okay.
Pedro Pascal is one. Pesky Pascal is one. Who's the other one? Might be before your time.
Jonah J. Jameson?
No, Tom Selleck. Do you know Tom Selleck?
the big white dude.
Yeah.
That played in a cop movie, right?
He was in Magnum, and then he was in Friends. He was famously in Friends. He was Monica's boyfriend for a long time. More recently, he was in a cop show called Blue Bloods.
Yes, that's the one I was watching.
He's the big boss called Blue Bloods.
Right.
When he shaved his moustache off, it looked weird.
Oh, on that note, Jason Momoa just shaved his beard after 6 years.
Does it look weird?
Yeah.
Well, Pedro, I saw recently, he only shaved it off once for Wonder Woman, 1984.
Yes,
and I went
correct.
back and looked, and he does look completely different.
Yes, I mean, that's the case with a lot of actors who have been keeping their facial hair. I mean, Neil, if you were to go grow a beard right now...
I often do, but that's just laziness. That's not any sort of fashion statement. Right, Fantastic Four. Big hit. So we've got two generations here of superhero movie fans. I grew up in the era of Christopher Reeve, Superman, and then who was the one after that? Michael Keaton's Batman. You're very much in the...
Henry Cavill Superman.
Correct. But also, when Iron Man came out in 2008, the first Marvel movie, you were 5, 6?
Again, we're going with the age.
I'm just getting
but 2008.
How old were you?
6.
Right, but my point is, Endgame comes out in 2019.
Yes.
And you are...
Wow, you're testing my math.
Roughly.
2019, I was probably 17.
Right, so you've gone through... Basically, you've grown up with the Marvel franchise. So you're perfectly placed to talk about what we think are the key ingredients of a superhero movie. But we want you involved, our listeners. WhatsApp 88550893. We will read out the best ones. What are the key ingredients for a successful superhero movie? In tribute to Fantastic Four, we'll do 4 each, counting from 4. I'm going to go from 4 to 1. So most important, I'll leave to the last.
Let's take our first steps.
Number 4, for me, have a good composer. A memorable, uplifting soundtrack makes all the difference. Think about this. Superman, John Williams.
Right. Avengers, Alan Silvestri.
Exactly. Everybody, including myself, so-and-so like me.
Right.
I played it last night to check. The famous music called Portals.
Yes.
When they all appear in Avengers Endgame.
That's right.
For the first time.
That's right.
He plays that music. Da-da-dun, 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 that one.
Yeah.
It is goosebumps.
Yeah.
Even for a middle-aged man like me, it's goosebumps.
But I have an unpopular opinion about that one. I think the original in the 2012 movie, the first Avengers movie, had a better Avengers soundtrack.
I agree. I mean, Alan Silvestri is great. You've got that. Then you've got Hans Zimmer from the Dark Knight trilogy.
Yes.
Brilliant. If you have a great soundtrack, a great composer, it just elevates the superhero movie. If you think, and I'm not disparaging the recent composers, I can't think of a single memorable theme or composition, I could be wrong, or soundtrack in recent years to compete with Marvel's Avengers?
I think Shang-Chi had a good soundtrack. But then again, Shang-Chi is a very unique situation where it was the first Asian American sort of hero, right? That was portrayed in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. So obviously it had more Chinese tones to it. So it was something
which was good.
very unique.
Yeah,
Yeah,
which was
it
good.
was very unique. But on that note, though, I think
So that's my number 4. What's yours?
my number 4 would be costumes.
Oh, okay.
Because if we were to take a look back at the earlier version of Marvel, right? Let's go back to the Wayback Machine in 2008, circa the first phase of the Avengers team. All the costumes were better. It was more practical, with the exception of Captain America's Avengers costume, which was a total nightmare for some people.
And more plausible, more realistic.
No, but it's too comic book accurate. So that's the thing with comic book accurate costumes. It's meant to be cartoon-ish, for the lack of a better word. That's why Captain America's costumes subsequently got better. But on that note, though, I think costumes play a big part in making a good superhero film, because not only it shows the talent of the director and also the creative team, but it also shows that, we're able to adapt a source material perfectly while also making it realistic enough for a live-action adaptation.
Good shout. I'll go with that. Number 3 for me. This could almost be number 1. I feel that strongly about this.
Sure.
The movie, and I say this as an author, the movie must stand on its own. I'm fed up with the homework that's required. Even Kevin Feige came out this week and said Fantastic Four doesn't require homework.
Yes.
What I mean is, for recent years, to watch this movie, you need to have seen 17 other movies, 27 TV series, and a Christmas spin-off. No! When I buy my ticket at Golden Village, it says $15.
Yeah.
It doesn't say $15 plus must see the TV series, must see the spin-off, must see the highlights, must see... No! The movie must stand on its own. Kids in Singapore have enough homework.
Exactly.
Monday to Friday, they go to the cinemas to have a night off. They don't need more revision. They don't need to read up. So my favourite movies, the original Iron Man stands alone.
Yes.
Black Panther stands alone. Even the Captain Americas as individual movies.
Stands alone.
They stands alone.
Yes.
I make exceptions for the Avengers because they are what they are.
Yes.
But generally speaking, the best superhero movies stand alone.
That's right. But yes, mine is similar to yours about standing alone.
You're number 3.
Yes. However, mine is slightly different because the post-credit scenes must be interesting and not, for the lack of a better word, a filler.
Just a tag-on.
Just a tag-on.
I agree.
Yeah. So I think with Marvel films especially, there's always a post-credit scene that teases the next movie, or it sort of just... finishes the joke that was said before in the film. I think Doctor Strange Multiverse of Madness had one. What's the guy's name? The actor, the Red Dead.
Which one?
The Evil Dead. Is it Evil Dead? The Evil Dead series, where it's a horror film, right?
Oh, yeah.
I forgot the actor's name. I can't Google it right now, but Asher is the name of the character. But anyways, he played a joke character in the Doctor Strange 2 movie where he was, cursed or, manipulated to punch himself until whatever gods know goes when, right? And at the end of the movie, there's 2 post-credit scenes. The first, obviously, is a teaser to the next Doctor Strange movie. But the second one was just a recap of the joke that was made onto the guy. So to me, that was very disappointing.
No, I think that's a good shout. I agree with that.
Yeah.
Okay, moving on. Number 2. This is a big pet peeve of mine. Stop with the bangy, crashy CG endings where the cities tumble and too much. Okay, in the original Avengers Manhattan, okay, I'll accept that one. Then it became this, what I call CGI soup.
Yes.
Like you look at the Ant-Man and the quantum gravy, whatever it's called, it's just mush. It just looks like vomit on a screen.
Exactly.
The quantum this and the quantum gobbledygook. I don't care. These bangy, crashy buildings and cities.
Right.
It's just so boring.
It's about to get worse, by the way, my friend.
I find them boring. I find them grey. I find them soupy. It's like watching minestrone soup being thrown at the screen.
With
I'm
AI,
fed up with
it's
it.
about to get worse.
I'm sure. To me, again, I come back. My best ones, the early Captain Americas, the Iron Mans, much more practical, much more logical. No, stop with the bangy, crashy, smashy, smashy. Too much.
Right. My number 2 is we're going back to the roots here the storyline must make sense.
Yes.
You can't have a superhero movie. I mean, okay, we look at comic books, a lot of stories to adapt. But when you want to make a film out of it, it cannot be too convoluted. What I mean by that is, let's take a look at Ant-Man Quantumania.
Yes. Oh.
That was a convoluted mess of trying to span multiple movies. And, in a sense, they are trying to make it make sense, because the original plan was to have Kang the Conqueror become the main villain, replacing Thanos. But obviously, Jonathan Majors had a scandal, and then after that, they were scrambling on. So Quantumania ended up becoming a mess it was. And I think what Endgame did best was it sort of summarized every single story that has been made or being shown in the cinemas through the Marvel films for the last decade.
Perfectly put. James concurs with some of that. James has said his 4 key ingredients are star-studded cast, good action scenes, superhero-inspired, and big city settings. I'm fine with all of that. My number one, and this is a key one, and this is the biggest mistake people made by leaning too much into the Christopher Nolan movies, which I adore, is don't forget the fun. They should be fun. These movies should be fun. People look at the Dark Knight trilogy, which I absolutely adore, and they only focus on the darkness. They forget that the Joker was funny, Batman was funny, Alfred had great one-liners. People think Christopher Nolan, dark, atmospheric, very foreboding. Elements of that, yes, but they were funny. Go back and watch those movies again. DC after that got it completely wrong.
Yeah, especially when Zack Snyder came in, right? And then he did all that nitty-gritty, that dark Superman storyline, whatever you want to call it. Even till today, the Snyder fans still insist that Superman supposed to be some evil character or someone that's real, that, much like a Homelander.
If I want dark, emo, gothic, I just hang outside any polytechnic in Singapore. I'm joking.
These days, kids are different, okay?
I used to teach at Poly. I love it. Iron Man, funny. Guardians, funny. Superman, funny. It sounds like Fantastic Four is funny. We need the funny more than ever. If I want dark and broody, I just put on the news.
Yes.
Keep the superheroes fun. What's your number one?
My number one is something James said. A star-studded cast. If you're going to play a hero, make sure the guy you bring on looks like a hero.
Yes.
I mean, look at Deadpool. For instance, you got the Wolverine also, right, in that movie. Everyone in that movie, okay, albeit some of them reprised their roles. Wesley Snipes as Blade.
Yes.
He came back, the one and only Blade. Even in his movie, there's only one Blade. I think that's the quote, right? So these people must represent the character that they were brought on and the aura that they gave. Hence why I say star-studded cast is important in a superhero film. I mean, like you said, there's always so many other films to play, but if you're going to do it right with a superhero film with a star-studded cast.
Couldn't agree more. Keep it star-studded like we do right here with Neil and Nuz.
To listen to more great interviews, download our podcasts at audio.sg or download the audio app. That's AWEDIO, audio at the App Store and Google Play.